Hello and welcome to this lesson on world time zones. So it's about midday whilst you're watching this lesson video right now, but did you know that it is different times elsewhere in the world? So if it's about midday now, here in the UK, it is different times elsewhere in the world, and the times that it is elsewhere in the world is based on Greenwich Mean Time. So whatever time it is here in the UK, other countries are either some hours ahead, and that will be these countries over to the right, or hours behind, like these countries to the left. So for example, if it's midday here right now, then it is 1 o'clock for the countries here along this line. It is 7 o'clock in the morning for the countries that fall here. Have a little watch of this video.
Happy birthday, Sue. Oh, thank you, Auntie Joyce. It's so kind of you to ring. It's actually 11 p.m. here on the day before my birthday, but it's still lovely to hear from you. I'm sorry. I forgot about the time difference. I'll let you sleep, dear. Nighty-night. Auntie Joyce always rings me very late at night. It's because she forgets that we live on different sides of the planet. I'm in the UK, but Auntie Joyce lives all the way around the other side of the planet in Australia. The sun is shining on her side of the earth at the moment, which means it's daytime there, but because I'm on the shady side of the planet, it's nighttime here. The earth is steadily turning on its axis all the time, which means in a few hours, the sun will shine on my side of the planet, making it daytime, and her side of the planet will become shaded, making it nighttime. Because the time is different depending where you are in the world, everyone has agreed to split the world up into time zones. They are divided by imaginary lines called meridians, which run from the north to the south pole. It's 7 in the morning where Auntie Joyce is in Australia, but Uncle Fred lives in India, where it's 4:30 in the morning. Auntie Satya lives in Nigeria, where it's midnight, and Uncle Terry lives way over in Mexico, where it's 5 in the evening. Anyway, if I'm to look like this for my birthday party, I'd better get some sleep.
So you get the idea of the time zones. Let's have a look at some examples. So if it is 1:45 in the afternoon in London, what time is it in Paris, Tokyo and Nairobi at exactly that same point? Well, let's have a look. So first of all, let's think about what the digital clock is for London at this time. So it's 1:45 in the afternoon, and we write this like this on the digital clock. What time is it in Paris? Well, let's have a look here at the map. Paris is here. So let's have a look down here. We have to add 1 onto the time in hours. So we're adding 1. It's 1 hour later than London. So it's going to be 2:45 in the afternoon in Paris, and we write that like this. What about in Tokyo? Well, let's find Tokyo on the map. Tokyo is here. And that is +9 on the London time. Don't add it onto the Paris one, you're adding onto the London time, because London falls under Greenwich Meridian, this middle line here. So we're adding 9 hours onto our London time. Well, if this is 1:45 in the afternoon, we're adding on 9 hours, it's going to be 11:45 at night in Tokyo. Now Nairobi is here, and Nairobi is 3 hours ahead of London because it falls under this +3 line here. So 3 hours ahead of London. But I've got to put it onto my analog clock. So if it's 2:45 in the afternoon in London, it's going to be 4:45 in Nairobi. So let's remind ourselves how we do this on an analog clock. So we are going to have it's 4:45, so it's coming up to 5. So it's coming up to 5, so I'm going to have my hour hand going to there, and it's 4:45, so that's where my arrow is going to be. So it's 4:45. Okay, another example. Now here we've got that it's 9:30 in the evening in Moscow. Now before I do anything, I'm going to work out my London time, because London is in Greenwich Meridian, and that's what every other country bases their time on. So we're going to think about this central point here, Greenwich Mean Time, right down the centre here, and that is the London time. Now if Moscow is 9:30 in the evening and they're 3 hours ahead, because they fall under this +3 line here, what is the time in London? Well, 3 hours before 9:30, let's think about it. Go back 1 hour, 8:30, back another hour, 7:30, and back another hour, 6:30. So it's 6:30 in the evening in London. So now that we've got that central time, we can now work out the others. So what about Rio de Janeiro? Well, Rio de Janeiro is here. They're -3, but they're -3 from the London time. So if it's -3 from the London time, it's going to be 3:30 in the afternoon. So let's do that on our clock. 3:30, so it's going to be halfway between the 3 and the 4. And 1/2 means we go towards, the minute hand goes towards the 6. And Montreal is 4 hours behind, because Montreal's there, 4 hours behind the London time. Always base it on the London time. So if it's 4 hours behind London, then it's going to be 2:30 in the afternoon. So we have the hour hand going halfway between the 2 and the 3, and then again pointing toward the 6. The minute hand's pointing towards the 6. Okay, and this example now. So in Cairo, it's 25 minutes to 8. Remember, even though it says 07:35 on the digital clock, it's 25 minutes to the next hour, which is 8. So 25 minutes to 8 in Cairo in the morning. Well, where's Cairo? Cairo is here, and Cairo is 2 hours ahead of London. So let's get our frame of reference. Let's get Greenwich Meridian time, which is London, 2 hours ahead. So Cairo is 2 hours ahead of London, and it's 25 to 8. So it's going to be 25 to 6 in the morning in London. So 25 to 6, let's think, it's coming up to the 6 o'clock, so my hour's going to be here, almost 6, and it's 25 minutes to 6, so it's going to be there. To make those a little bit more accurate, so a little bit more towards the, between the 5 and the 6, and make sure that is exactly on the 7 there. So it's 25 to 6 in the morning. How did I get that? Quick reminder, if Cairo is 25 minutes to 8, Cairo is 2 hours ahead of London time, because there's Cairo and it lands in this bracket here. So it's 2 hours ahead of London, which means London must be 2 hours behind this time. So now I've got my London time, always base it on your London time. Now I can work out Sydney and Delhi. So if London is 25 to 6 in the morning, Sydney is 10 hours ahead of that. So 10 hours ahead of that. Well, this is 25 to 6. So let's count. 25 to 7, 25 to 8, 25 to 9, 25 to 10, 25 to 11, 25 to 12, 25 to 1, 25 to 2, 25 to 3, 25 to 4. It's going to be 25 to 4 in the afternoon because they're ahead. So 25 to 4, it's coming up to 4, and in the afternoon. So they're ahead in Sydney. So it's 25 to 6 in the morning, 25 to 4 in the afternoon in Sydney, because they're 10 hours ahead of London time. What about Delhi? Well, Delhi is 5 hours ahead of London, so let's count on 5 hours from this. So it's 25 to 6, 25 to 7, 25 to 8, 25 to 9, 25 to 10, 25 to 11. 25 to 11, how do we write that? 25 to 11, you write it as 10:35, like this. Okay, I would now like you to have a go at the questions in class notebook. They use exactly the same world map that I've done in these examples, and there are some clocks below there. I'd like you to write in the digital times and the analog hands on the clock as well, please. So have a go at those. Good luck with that.